Ashidalik. How are you, Matthew? Chabela, Lindsay, Linda.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Chabela. Okay. Hi, Vinicius. Okay. Disturbing the slumber of ignorance. Hi, Brendan. Hi, Yeshichatso.
Good morning, Rinpoche.
Good morning. Jason, hi. Okay. Hi, Violet. And Ben, Linda, and then there's someone here. I don't know. Just a number. Did you all get good sleep? Got out there. Day before night, I didn't have good sleep because I thought I wanted to sleep early, but then I slept. But then I woke up in the middle of the night and then couldn't go back to sleep, and I was reading, and then I was sleeping, and every 5 minutes I was waking up. So yesterday was a little bit difficult for me. And after the accumulation, I did my pujas, and then I had breakfast, and I took a nap. And then as I woke up, I checked my alarm, and it was like 11 something. And then I said, wow, I've missed my morning session, like I slept, what you said, that overslept. I was feeling very unhappy, like, oh, we missed one day's practice. Nobody called me, and usually I turn my phone off, so there's no way. And even if somebody called me, I wouldn't be waking up because my phone wouldn't ring. So hope that doesn't happen. Okay. It's not good to sleep. We have to remember we had enough sleep in samsara. Page 101. Ke mai ke hui kalden reke bo mare te mo wange mane ba. Zindu ngar ke danta yar long dan to me dine dan la to ke ba. Mare wange nel hyun de choy ge dane manel gosum gelade. Ke ga na che dong me she sam de ren zam ya ta pe ko ka me tru la zen ru he ke pe de la hen ba da re che bo ten de tru de nyom le ngang la di be de ma hin chu we som la dru ba tha ru kyol Sen la long me che ken sa me cha de tse me tsere den je ma to na. Ke boy ke ne sembe che je ron che nam da me ton je che dan je. Chu mai me ju he me lam zo nen dan je zen dong gara da cha tam bu che. Chudai chuburo miyuran chumban soy shejai jume pechu de jindu. Kode chenam keke shembarangi chenai ranjin kewa me pate. Neme game do me bao me tsema me chen samjen. Dende tombara jawe de la ba. Namo Guru Be, Namo Deva Be, Namo Dhaki Be. O alas, alas, fortunate child of Buddha nature, do not be oppressed by the forces of ignorance and delusion, but rise up now with resolve and courage. Entranced by ignorance from beginningless time until now, you have had more than enough time to sleep. So do not slumber any longer, but strive after virtue with body, speech, and mind. Are you oblivious to the sufferings of birth, old age, sickness, and death? There is no guarantee that you will survive even past this very day. The time has come for you to develop perseverance in your practice. For at this singular opportunity, you could attain the everlasting bliss of Buddhahood. So now is certainly not the time to sit idly. But starting with the reflection on death, you should bring your practice to completion. The moments of our life are not expendable, but the possible circumstances of death are beyond imagination. If you do not achieve an undaunted confidence, security now, what point is there in your being alive, O fortunate being? All phenomena are selfless, empty, and free from conceptual elaboration. In their dynamic, they resemble an illusion, mirage, dream, or reflected image. A Gandharva city, an echo, a reflection of the moon in water. A bubble, an optical illusion, or an intangible emanation. You should know that all things of cyclic existence and nirvana accord in nature with these 10 similes of illusory phenomena. All phenomena are naturally unborn. They neither abide nor cease, neither come nor go. They are without objective referent or characteristics, ineffable and free from thought. The time has come for these truths to be realized. Homage to the Llama, homage to the Idam, homage to the Dakini. Namo Guru Bhe, Namo Deva Bhe, Namo Daki Bhe. Okay, now expelling the stale and the 9-round breathing, cleansing our breath. So first, your posture, your body, sitting in a nice posture. Then let me check you out. Now through both your nostrils. Then rub your thighs or this here. And then you can cover your knees. Okay, now page 3. Om Ahum Chevam Rami Lejon Mesene Wemar Nambe Dorje Sesumbo Ali Kale Thakoro Tendreni Mute Tenwa Tabu Yigdrole Ute Gewa Sechen Chebene Lardu Ngagrev Dane Sundoroje Jinlai Ngedro Tamche Tombara Jur Om Mahum. Fire rising from rum syllable consumes my tongue, transforming it into a three-pronged vajra of red light. In its center are the vowels and consonants surrounded by the mantra, their sense of interdependent origination. From these syllables, like a string of pearls, light rays stream out, making offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, pleasing them. As these rays return, all obscurations of my speech are purified, and I receive all the blessings and siddhis of Vajra speech. A a I o re re le le e I o a nga ha ka nga cha 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 na da 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 na. Ta ta da da na pa pa bha pa ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte. Shandata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirhoda evam vadi maha shramana swaha a I u re re le le e I o angaha. Ka 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 nga cha 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 na da tha da da na ta tha da da na pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte. Shandata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirhoda evam vadi maha shramana swaha. I u re re le le e I o angaha ka 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 nga cha 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 na da tha da da na ta tha da da. Pa pa bha ba ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shandata gato haya vadata. Te shanchayo nirhoda evam vadi maha shramana swaha I u re re le le e I o angaha. Ka 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 nga cha 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 na da tha da da na ta tha da da na pa pa bha ba ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shandata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirodha evam vadi maha shramana swaha. I u re re le le e I o angaha ka 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 nga cha 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 na ta tha da da na ta tha da da na. Pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shantata gato haya vadata. Te shanchayo nirhoda evam vadi maha shramana swaha I u re re le le e I o angaha. Ka 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 nga cha 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 na ta tha da da na ta tha da da na pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shantata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirodha evam vadi maha shramana swaha. I u re re le le e I o angaha ka 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 nga cha 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 na ta tha da da na ta tha da da na. Pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shantata gato haya vadata. Te shanchayo nirodha evam vadi maha shramana swaha I u re re le le e I o angaha. Ka 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 nga cha 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 na ta tha da da na ta tha da da. Pa 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 ma ya ra la wa sha sa sa ha cha om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shantata gato haya vadata te shanchayo nirodha evam vadi maha shramana swaha. The mantra. The last page of the green border insert. Om Sambhara Sambhara Vimana Sara Mahadzamba 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 Om Sambhara Sambhara Vimana Sara Mahadzamba. Okay, now page 13 on the undrawn text. Sarje pane Chapche Drenche Llama Yarlajin Ledain Mo Dabezerwai Kewahai Ngempai Dala Chobeche Chiur de che Korle Jendo Jo Tenda Shi Che Kun Chang Zhen So Se O Llama, please think of me. O Llama, please think of me. O Llama, please think of me. From the blossoming lotus of devotion at the center of my heart, arise, O kind Lama, my only refuge, in order to protect me, the miserable unfortunate one, who is overwhelmingly tormented by karma and mental affliction. I pray that you remain as the jewel ornament on the crown chakra of great bliss, arousing all of my mindfulness and awareness. Go to page 5. Gange dunge de cheni keje nalai charwai gang lama rinchen tambu go dorje changshai penlai de lama sange lama che dejen lama geden de kunge jembo lama yen lame koson tolai de Jemba namge yongban shi ngendro yang sara chopa da tarbe lamda rabje be de ben chembo kella de ne dai ne me she shen lam dai lam men ge nara chan mun ba le jan mun nai chen da te de me ke lai de gang gu tong we nang wa ra ju ro she wa ra zin be ning me chan chan me jang shen do le song de ze den den chen ba ra de ke sun te be lang do ro she ne che chen bo yang le cha ko lam den be ngo wo ne te re chen bo yang lai de ta ge be jang me ta ro wai ke to te be yin yu lai min mu ge tom na do ba cha ra te de sam me cha lai de Dame sumdo kato ke dongwe wangpo tsarche chang tobara kawe dorje sem manoro ngen som ten lai de lama sangye rimbo che dalai resai shenai me tuje chenge zeze la korwe tsole jangdo se Tsede lekpa kundru chen, gekdai barche me padang, chikara zame wese zen, barde changle dorwara ze, redang nga ye zombai kun, tatu shen lai penpai dang, kenam jangcho lamcho tu, derin ne jurdu se, Dagi bechan tarwara kai, gwenboi keke tuje ju, Gweme danlan drowai kun, tarbe lingdu chimbaraze, Kanda dalai dejuro tam, medam kurupara depchan rung, Tedai dikzen yen moi me, sidbe chuo pangwara sho, Namshe dagi mingzam gi, drowe degu rabdru cheng, Choju gangwe shing nam su, chepe tenge charpe sho, Gewa diye lu jen kun, tamche sile namdro ne, Yeshe damba ni toimde, dene hunge dro barai zi. Page 14. Du zum zange tam chige ngo kuje dane palden lama damba la se wai de so tala wanguro jenge labdo se zablam ge to bai ke bar chen julai ke wara jenge labdo se kada ne lo ke tawa to bar jenge labdo se Lundro nanje yeshe tarjem bar jenge labdo se I fervently supplicate to the glorious sacred Lama, the sins of all of the Buddhas of the three times, the embodiment of the four kayas. I pray that you grant me blessings and empowerments. I pray that you bless me so that the extraordinary realization of the profound path arises in me. I pray that you bless me to realize the view of the primordial purity of the abiding nature. I pray that you bless me to perfect the wisdom of the four visions of spontaneous presence. I fervently supplicate to the glorious sacred Lama, the sins of all of the Buddhas of the three times, the embodiment of the four kayas. I pray that you grant me blessings and empowerments. I pray that you bless me so that the extraordinary realization of the profound path arises in me. I pray that you bless me to realize the view of the primordial purity of the abiding nature. I pray that you bless me to perfect the wisdoms of the four visions of spontaneous presence. Okay, page 17. Daring wa yindain dundro dain, tserin ladan la lo dain jen, sangye ma jen shing dain kuk bai de, mi kom gele tarpe dal wai top, Mejuro Wangbo Changdang Yulyu Ke Le Tai Malo Ten Lai De Bande Rani Jorwai Nga Chang Sangye Jen Che Sun Ten Bai Ne Dan De Lai Jo Shenen Dambe Zindang Shen Jorong Ai Tam Che Rang Lai Chang We Lu Top Chang Ken Mai Nge Bai Me Be Che Ban Ne Je Den Paril Ne De Sem Barajo Lona Chelai Jurchen Guru Ken Lamge Member Madon Kun Genje Nisu Medo Jinchen Lamai Ken Dare Delten Denye Majena Chine Tarbe Dubla Ten Mini Dedre Ten Lai Senam Sejuruni Shiwe Wotoing and Soing and Dora Cham Gede Meshe Cheke Damete Gewe Shedan Major Sangre Che Semchen Zamge Rangdai Rimbala Samnai Milu Tobai Sita Zam Miyang Cheme Diglai Che Tongna Chejin Chebai Ninme Karma Zam Lona Chelai Jurjen Guru Ken Lamge Membara Madon Gungen Je Nisu Medo Jinchen Lama Ken Kalte Milu Rinchen Lingchen Yang Luten Sangla Jurpo Che Yesem Tarbe Drube Tendu Meron Shen Kebara Duke Zendan Dunga Tru Lengen Dokto Bamdang Lelo Yen Jenke Shenke Jenyo Jekjo Chendaraje Monso Chejun Kenge Mekom Gehen Dalai Jege Galdara La Pets Lona Chelai Jurje Guru Ken Lamge Member Madon Kungenje Nisu Medo Jinchen Lama Ken Joshe Chongshin Debe Nordandre Dese Jabe Jingdang Kunje Zui Mige Diglai Mezem Letalo Tomba Nyamshin Damze Ralwai De Riche Loye Mekom Nambage Dalai Jege Galdaral Habe Ze Lona Chelai Jurje Guru Ken Lamge Membara Madon Kunkenje Niso Medo Jinchen Lamake Tata Nedan Dunga Gima Zere Jenke Laso Shenwa Majurbe Rangwan Tobe Dendra Jigdu Den Nyom Leng Ando Del Joro Chusena Kordan Longche Nidu Delwa Dai Tache Chebar Zungwe Lude Melge nane sacho dong barakel wadan jage kiye drebende pardu yulna shindu jigba shindu chen lona chela joche guru ken lamge memba madon kun genje nisu medo jinchen lama ken gede leke name chijin drai ke parangewe jikten nesen na chause saje tsenge golu dre shole shodan Tolum barwe tsir gome jakim tum barawe dömbe barwe sejin gebol chochurutse kunne tsawe mese getsen je gande tukbo dabdan chuchake chongron yange nesu boyogre Changre longge tabe langso ne choburo chendan lakparandolwa chen Mrenga junme chebara dömba yang tsorwe dunga nakpara kawaii Sungke rabdan cheke ne bajen, shorin denjen sotam babage, shawu tene lhampara getenge, dejen puje thangla kangbash. Ralde cheldo le la je do je ronyo damse chalchen ramelo. Narwe ne koro wadan churwa jen, godan kawa tabdan thakbaso. Tatu gojen chebe ne tse wahan namdra jobge gangle jungwe jo. Shedan drabe kunlong kebe tse lona chela jurje guru ken. Lamge membara madon kun kenje niso medo jinchen lamak. Dejen pongla nyame gawe yul zadon longche miya medra para zekom lodara mine yedalu. Rechen dangwe tom nyam namba sum gangle jungwe june serna ye chigla chigza sebaya jingpa che kojen chebe nyamta langdoromo pada me para dunge gezerwe saven timo mumbara chapa da lona chela jurche guru ke Lamge membara madon gun genje nisu medo jinchen lama ken chen lam jo chan ne che medom shin te jen go jo shen pen sem dan je wang je top jan ge zo mi gom be lam ge de le lame del do se tawa mado to jo che ba jen gom ba yin chan go yo wu go ta che ba nor chan rang ge mi sem be Chedre de le la me del do se, nang bar che ya ne ge nor la se, na tsu yo yang e jong cho she de, te ba chung yang yin den chen do lom, ma re de le la me del do se, ken kar cho yang du ze ne kor se. Wen ba den ja rang ju shing tar re hen dul war mra yang, chao dan ma ji pe, che ge de le la me del do se, Nito dele nyurdo se do se, chemen dele nyurdo yong do se. Chemen dele nyurdo yong do se. Now the refuge. So, Kunjo zumge deje zawan sum salon dele ranjen jancho sem. Ngo ranjen toje kel korola. Jancho nimbe bardo janson che. Kuncho sumye deshe zawan sum salon tegle ranjen jancho sem. Ngo ranjen toje kel korola. Jancho nimbo bardo janson che. Kunjo sumye deshe zawan sum salon tegle ranjen jancho sum. Ngo ranjen tuje kel korola. Jancho nimbo bando janson che. In the actual three jewels, the three root sukhatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel wind and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sukhatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel wind and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sukhatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel wind and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. Bodhicitta. O nazo nawa chunde zinre ke korwa logo jodo chambero. Rang re ve se yin so ngel se che. Tsime shi yen hane sem ke do. O nazo nawa chunde zinre ke. Korwa logo jodo chambero. Rang re ve se yin so ngel se che. Tsime shi yen hane sem ke do. O nazo nawa chude zinrike, korwa logo judo chambendo, rang re se yin su ngel se che, tseme shi yin hane sem do. Oh, the mesmerizing display of mirrored appearances, like a mirage of the moon in water. Beings grasping it as real wander continuously in samsara. To bring them to rest in the space of luminous intrinsic awareness, I generate bodhicitta through the four immeasurables. Oh, the mesmerizing display of mirrored appearances, like a mirage of the moon in water. Beings grasping it as real wander continuously in samsara. To bring them to rest in the space of luminous intrinsic awareness, I generate bodhicitta through the four immeasurables. Oh, the mesmerizing display of the mirrored appearances like a mirage of the moon in water. Beings grasping it as real wonder continuously in samsara, to bring them to rest in the space of luminous intrinsic awareness. I generate bodhicitta through the four immeasurable. Here, then you can practice Tonglen. And then finally dissolve all sentient beings into the refuge field. The refuge field dissolves into the Guru, Llama, and then Llama dissolves into basic space. Then you rest in that state for a while. Okay, and then Vajrasattva. Page 43. Dani Tamil Chiworu Bengaranda We Dengi Hongre Lama Dorje Sem Karse Longche Zombenko Dorje Drezen Emai Kenlai Chapse Dikbaja Jesen Dambe Tolo Shan Chenje Sola Babjando Kendo Dawai Gembe Ten Hongye Tamara Ngakenko Debe Ngake Jukuru We Yabyum Derol Jorsamne Dutse Janshu Semge Ten Kabur Dutara Zambai Dadan Kamsun Semjenge Ledan Nenmon Dungaju Neden Digre Neton De Male Janwara Zendo Om Banzar Sado Samaya Manu Balaya Banza Sadwa Teno Badeshna Dirdo Mebawa Sudo Kaya Meba Subo Kaya Mebawa Anurado Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mebraya Sarva Karma Suza Metadam Shariam Kuru Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Banzar Mame Munja Banzar Bhava Maha Samaya Santo Om Banzar Sado Samaya Manu Balaya Banza Sadwa Teno Badesha Dirdo Mebawa Sudo Kaya Mebawa Subo Kaya Mebawa Anurato Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mebraya Sarva Karma Sutta Metadam Shriam Kuru Hung Ha Ha Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Banzar Mame Munja Banzar Bhava Maha Samaya Santo Om Banza Santo Samaya Mano Balaya Banza Sadwa Teno Badesha Dirdo Mebawa Sudokaya Mebawa Subokaya Mebawa Anurato Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mebraya Sarva Karma Sujame Siddham Shriam Guru Hung Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Banzar Mame Munja Benzer Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Ahum Pe. Page 47. Gombo Dane Meje Mongba Ye Damze Lene Galje Nam Lama Gembe Jabze Je Zo Dorje Zembade Tuje Chembo Dani Je Rowe Zolai Da Jabje Ku Sun Tu Zawa Da Yen Lai Ki Damze Nyamba Damje Tolo Shai So Dikpa Dan Driba Ne Dun Drime Zo Damje Janjin Da Bara Zendo Page 50. Dorje Sembai Gejen Zumba Dan Chebe Rike Bo Keke Dikdre Ne Dun Tamjen Da Ba Ye No Shen Nawa Jinjin Yedu Shune Rang La Tembe Kenle Rani Jan Dorje Semba Nandoi Meloi Nange Zune Taburo Julbe Tuzo Hunge Tamara Yige Drushi Bo Sewa Le Yuzere Chebe Kamzun Nejo Dan Cheba Dosen Ringe Tendan Tembe Ranjendo Sange Para Hanjo Om Banza Sadom Banza Sadom Banza Sadom Banza Sadom Om Benzo Sodom 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 Om Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Om Benzo Sodom 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 Benzo Om Benzo Sodom 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 Benzo Om Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Om Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Om Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Om Benzo Sodom 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 Om Benzo Sodom 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 Benzo Om Benzo Sodom 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 Benzo Om Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Benzo Sodom Om Benzo Sodom Then finally Vajrasattva dissolves into the four syllables. Four syllables dissolve one after another. So Om into Vajra, Vajra into Sa, Sa into Tha, Tha into Hung. And then Hung dissolves from beneath all the way to the pigtail, and the pigtail dissolves tracelessly in basic space, and then you rest in the basic space for a while. Okay, now the mandala offering. Om Mahum Donzon Jeden Jewa Traje Shen Rinchen Naden Lame Jorben Tam Dale Longche Cheba Yongburge Cheke Korlo Jorwe Sedosh Ome De Chen Topo Kebe Jing Pa Ngaden Ring E Tsombu Chen Deyen Chebe Chimpon Samye Pa Purwe Longo Shingla Jebra Shonang Se Namda Shunon Bumbe Ko Tuje Maga Chene Repege Kudan Tile Zimba Namda Jin Purwe Cheko Shingla Jebra Sho Saji Pechu Jujin Mento Jamre Ra Lingche Nidai Gembat Sangye Shingdo Mikde Pulwa Ye Drokwan Namda Shingla Jebra Sho Tram Guru Radna Mandala Puja Mega Samudra Savarana Samaya. The earth's surface sprinkled with perfumed water and strewn with flowers, and adorned with Mount Sumeru, the four continents, the sun and moon, is visualized as the Buddha field I offer. May all beings enjoy in the pure realm of perfect purity. Tram Guru Radna Mandala Puja Mega Samudra Sabharana Samaya. Page 59. Lücüzün borvel hadı com semzang ben gone yang lai tim chen dai ge de jon tre mara jur yen mo de jom de go ge su phong be de jom te ban de yen le je sul ge ben dai to ko sum ge me go ge bor sha nang tong sum gang we bam ro de a tong dang hang ye de ze ju Tru sum ge nu be jang bo jo ma ho 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 pe yara che yu den ge to dam kan so zo ne chon den ro to Marukorwe dene lenchai jan ke paradu ne je gegre hetsen. Ne den dan barche ying su je. Kenye dan dan zin dil du la tarche ja dan che ye ma le kun. Shi zo bai chen boro ma che. Guru Yoga 65. Emaho rana lindu dambai rabjan shin kebai rabzo zando peru rani jizen dorje neljora ma sheche chane marse jite zen shamni dortai chenso namkara zi chiura pema dumdal nidete Chamne kundu tsawe lama da yerme tsoke dorje chube ko karse karmara dangden shonu shatsu jen peka chege zambera dongma se. Shalche chane gyalbo rorbe dao chaye dorje yempe tebum na. Ulai dabden peme nenju se chenkun yenai deton yom chokma. Bebe tsulge kadram tse sum na jazere tingle we fong long na shu. Chikoro yunge drawe zebe long trube jeban nishu tsanga da jabe pendro rize yedam la. Kandro chechon damche tindara te senton nyamne chenpo ngang do se. Ugen yugen nobjan san pema gesen dombo la ya zen chogen odrom ne pema jone shesoda kodo kandro mampe kor keke jeso da drupche jinge lapche sheso se guru pema sinde ugen yugen nobjan san pema gesen dombo la Yatsen chogen odrom ne pema june sheso da kodo kandro mampego. Kege jeso da drobche jinge lapche sheso se guru pema sinde he hong. Uje yuge nobjan san pema geser dongbo la yatsen chogen odrom ne Pema june sheso da kordo kandro mampe kor keke jeso da drupche. Jinge lopshen sheso se guru pema sende. Seven branches. Shri Dali Jingen Dulne Do Number Trube Chanze Long Shan Yu Tre Ting Zi Ting Nansi Chebe Chanjarebe Gosun Mige Lenam Kwe Se Che Kwe Ngando Sha Tenpa Nike Duba Ye Geso Kun La Je Ye Rang Rikchen Sum Ge Dulja La Tek Sum Che Koro Korwar Ko Jise korwa madon bar nyange meda josun de som sabe getsa kun chanchu chenpo juro. Page 71. Free, equal to the number of atoms in the universe, I multiply my body and offer prostrations. Through the power of samadhi, both real offerings and those mentally emanated, all appearances and possibilities are presented as the gesture offering. All non-virtuous karma of my body, speech, and mind are confessed in the luminous state of Dharmakaya. I rejoice in the accumulation of all virtue contained within the true truth. For the three types of beings to be tamed, I request you to turn the wheel of the Dharma of the three yanas. Until samsara is emptied, I pray that you remain without passing into nirvana. All the roots of virtue accumulated in the three times, I dedicate as the cause for attaining supreme Buddhahood. One more time. Shri Dali Jingen Dulne Do Number Trebe Chansen Lo Ngeshan Yu Tre Ting Zen Te Nansi Chebe Chanjarab Kosun Mige Lenam Kun Vese Che Kwe Ngando Shan Tenpa Nike Duba Ye Getso Kun La Je Ra Rikjen Sumge Dulja La Te Sum Che Koro Korwa Ko Jese Korwa Madon Bar Nyange Meda Shuksun De Te Sum Sambe Getsa Kun Janchu Chenpo Juru. Page 74. Jizen Guru Rinpoche Kene Sangye Tamche Ke Doje Jinlai Dupe Pe Semche Yongke Gonche Po Le Dan Longche Lo Ningtra Teba Membara Kela Bul Dene Janshu Mato Ba Kedu Lene Tomengwe Jizen Chenpo Pejun Ken Dala Resai Shena Men Tate Dunge Ningme Mize dunge damdu jing dele chobshe maha guru wangje kurche chenlabche toba porche tuje chen trimne jongshe nu tu chen. Go to page 89. Page 89. Namje tse duje tse rana ngaya penre shin song chu chube shingam su shilu dorje nel jorma tsel tsere weke gongbo ru june juzen pe jongda irme chenporo sangye te de dan tombe chodurge yeshe chenpo rurpa le kamsum semche ma le pa jembe de ben tambar Jizen me uyuyung sek sewa ninge kelne dev katsam sektsam mayeno. Jinla toge lone ze samden drubara je do se. Back to the supplication. Page 74. O Guru Rinpoche, precious Lama, you are the glorious embodiment of the compassion and blessings of all the Buddhas, the only protector of all sentient beings. My body, wealth, lungs, heart, and chest I offer to you without hesitation. From now until I attain Buddhahood, in happiness or sorrow, in circumstances good or bad, in situations high or low, great precious Lama, lotus born, think of me. I have no one else to turn to. The beings of these degenerate times are sinking in the swamp of unbearable suffering. Protect us from all of these, O great Guru. Grant us the four empowerments, O Blessed One. Deepen our realization, O Compassionate One. Purify the two obscurations, O Powerful One. Go to page 89. When my life is at its end, my perception, the glorious copper-colored mountain, the pure ram of Ngayab, indivisible from Nirmana Kaya's pure ram, and my body Vajrayogini is transformed into a radiant, brilliant sphere of light. Merging inseparably with Jitsen Pema June, I attain Buddhahood. Then from the display of vast primordial wisdom, the miraculous manifestation of bliss and emptiness, for every single being in the three realms, let me appear as their supreme guide. Jitsen Pema, grant this so, I pray. I pray to you from the bottom of my heart. These are not just empty words. I pray that you grant your blessings from the expanse of your wisdom mind and cause all my aspirations to be fulfilled. Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Mahum Benza Guru. Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Mahum Benza Guru. 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 Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Mahum Benza Guru. Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi 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 Om Mahum Benza Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Mahum Benza Guru Om Mahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi. Page 77. Page 77. Maho Jache Cholon Dreve Shingam Ne Dambo Sange Cheku Kondo Zang Longo Chunde Rolze Dorje Sen Truguru Senzo Garab Dorje Sewa De So Jinlai Wanguru Tse Shire Singha Dendam Cheke Ze Jambe Shene Tegu Kolo Juru Jana Sutra Penchen Bimala Sewa Depso Dorje Lamna Den Zambu Linge Jenche Pemajo Nge Baratu Ke Secho Jeban Ro Tudere Jansu Dadro Longchen Sha Kandro Yingze Kabab Jingme Ling Sewa Depso Dorje Jebu Tobdro Chen Chenle Wezere Gelwe Nyugo Dang Padro Kenze Natso Randro Chen Chege Lodre Kenze Wezere Dang Kadrin Dame Zawe Lama La Sewa Depso Nelo Ranger Den Sileng Ebara Jungwe Shenlo Ke Doje Lama Dende Mekjen Jisun Kadru Zaman Nyamlen La Temchai Mebe Drup Tso Shereke Tuju gomba jinlai pewara sho nangse korde wene wengish. Womin jin hanga che guru dangzo minbe de pangla janzo minbe zomba che shena yiche lede rikbe dang. Chini ngonsun jambara tongwara sho tseme toba namdro jazere bu kodang tikle nyamna gongdu pe. Rikze longkwe shingam tselam pe cheze lode chembaro sangye de. Shunu bumguru tense zembara sho shindu nyarjoro nyamawa matshude. Raglu dangme yingsu madru na namshe tseye duje tongwe tse chiwa wese kada che gurusha. Bardo nancha longche zokur trekche tege lamge zelzone. Mabang buju tabur drowar sho sanche yose tekba choge te sange shene mitse che gushin. Ngunjuru deme sala madru na magon sange chenge lamchola. Tene ranjin trube shinga dan ke parai pema uge podang do rezen jansu tsocho ugenje. Sanchen chege gaden gebe saraseke toru kene uyong te taye druwe nersoranda julhunche. Rezen gyawa janso jenlab dan cheye sami chabe denbayi. Terjo tenla zome jansumge tendre ngonjoro sange tombara hansho. Guru min samne omye chusha daburo tsarwa lewe zreche. Rangi chiwone shuwe luke le dan tsaye jibanda. Kundurje jinla shu bumbe wan toy kerimge ne dujur. Name rikzinge savente chuko gofan tobe kelwa jula haja. From the letter Om, radiant like a crystal at the Lama's forehead, rays of light stream forth and enter my forehead, purifying negative actions of the body and obscurations of the channels. The blessing of Vajra body is infused. The vase empowerment is received, and I become a receptive vessel for the generation stage. The seed of the completely matured Rigzin is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Nirvana Kaya is established within my mind. Jimbane aye pema raga tar barwale vezerete range jimbane shu. Age le dan lunge jimba son dorje jenla shu. Sanwe wan to deje ge ne do joro tse wan rezin ge sawen te. Longche zuke gopan ge kya wan jo la sha. From the letter R, blazing like a ruby at the Lama's throat, rays of light stream forth and enter my throat, purifying negative actions of the speech and obscurations of the inner wind. The blessing of Vajra speech is infused. The secret empowerment is received, and I become a receptive vessel for the practice of mantra recitation. The seed of the Rigzin with power over life is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Sambhoga Kaya is established within my mind. Tuke honge namke dokchen le wezerete rangi ninga ne shu yike le dan tigle jimpanda. Tu dorje jinla shu shera yeshe ke wan to deton zanda le ne dojur. Chaja rizenge savente chego gopange kawa jula sha. From the sky-colored letter hung at the Lama's heart, rays of light stream forth and enter my heart, purifying negative actions of the mind and obscurations of the essence. The blessing of Vajra mind is infused. The wisdom empowerment is received, and I become a receptive vessel for the Zendali practice of bliss and emptiness. The seed of the Mahamudra Rigzin is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Dharmakaya is established within my mind. Larayan tuke hongre hongye nipa je karda pangpa shindu che rangsem dan tade me parante kunje le dan sheje drepa jan yeshe dorje jenla shu tsige tsemba dendam ge wan to kada zoba chembe nedo jor chondro rezenge sawen te tartu ge drebo ngowo niku gopange Kelwa Julai Shango. Once more from the letter hung at the Lama's heart, a second hung streaks out like a shooting star, merging inseparably with my mind, purifying the karma of the all-ground and conceptual obscurations. The blessing of Vajra wisdom is infused, and the ultimate symbolizing word empowerment is received. And I become a receptive vessel for the Dzogpa Chenpo of original purity. The seed of the spontaneously accomplished Rigzin is sown, and the fortune to attain the state of Savabhabhika Kaya, the final fruition, is established within my mind. Okay. Okay, now the mind training again. So please sit in a nice posture, reassure your posture. And then expel the stale energy, the stale wind from your body. And then your motivation, page 116. Semjen Tamjen Dunge Jujen Nidan Tilten Zompe Sange Ge Gopan Tobaraja Deye Chedun Nye Doljor Neparkawa Gombaragi Wo. I shall meditate on the difficulty of finding the freedoms and advantages, so that all sentient beings can be free from suffering and its cause, and attain perfect Buddhahood. And then now, the supplication to the Guru. Page 105. Tisum Sangen Tam Jiking O Kujen Dani Balden Lama Dambala Sewa De Tala Wanguru Jinge Labdo Se Zablam Ge Dobai Ke Bara Jenju Lai Ke Wara Jinge Labdo Se Kada Nilu Ke Dawa Dobara Jinge Labdo Se Tundru Nanje Yeshe Tarjim Bara Jinge Labdo Se. I fervently supplicate to the glorious sacred Lama, the essence of all of the Buddhas of the three times, the embodiment of the four kayas. I pray that you grant me blessings and empowerments. I pray that you bless me so that the extraordinary realization of the profound path arises in me. I pray that you bless me to realize the view of the primordial purity of the abiding nature. I pray that you bless me to perfect the wisdom of the four visions of spontaneous presence. Desum Sangye Tam Jigi Ngo Guje Dane Balden Lama Dambala Sewa De So Dala Wanguru Jinge Labdo Se Zablam Ge Dombai Kebara Jenjulai Kevara Jinge Labdo Se Kada Nilu Ke Tawa Dobara Jinge Labdo Se Lundru Nanje Yeshe Tarchimbar Jinge Labdo Se. This supplication is very powerful because it's from Nyingthig. It's from the heart essence of Vimala Mitra. This is how Khenpo Ngakchung would always insert in his daily practice. This is from the time when Khenpo Ngakchung did the Longchen Nyingthig Ngondro. This was what he extracted from Nyingthig and inserted it in here. Chabje Jadran Bache, his style would be like this. And also Trukupema Gyatsen. It's not Trukupema Gyatsen, Trukunima Gyatsen. He used this way. And then also those who know, they will include this one within invoking the blessings of the Lama. And always you have to remember there are the fivefold understanding of the Lama. So when you have time, you read that one in the Guru Yoga section. There are 5 things that we need to understand the nature of the Lama, primordially, or Lama as the primordial Buddha, the Lama essentially inseparable from the Buddhas, like that. And then what are the and whatever the Lama does as dharma, meaning whatever the Lama's actions and activities, always seeing through pure perception or through pure vision. And then Lama as the quintessence embodiment of all refuges. Within the Lama, the 3 roots, the 3 kayas, the 3 jewels, and everything is subsumed or essentialized in the Lama, like that. And then if we fervently supplicate to the Lama, then we can bring forth the realization. So Tokpa Yeshe Sukyawa is our whatever our thoughts and recollections and so forth can arise as primordial wisdom. So if you supplicate to the Guru, that wisdom can dawn or wisdom can arise, like that. And so that those are the things. Lama known as Lama, understanding Lama as the Buddha, Lama's action as the Dharma, Lama, and also I forgot the third one is although the learning and the qualities of the Lama is equal to all of the Buddhas of the 3 times, but in terms of the kindness, his kindness is incomparable to all the Lamas, all the Buddhas, like that. So knowing that one. So, and then you can recite the 7-line prayer. Hong Wu Jen Yu Gin of John Sam Pema Gesa Dong Pong La Yan Zen Chogen Odrune. Pema June Shesu Da Kodo Kandro Mambeko Kege Jesu Dadro Jingel. Guru Pema Siddhi Hong. So 7-line prayer is the quintessential invocation of the blessings of the Lama. Like that, you can recite like 3 times. Hungu Jen Yogin of Johnson, Pema Gesa Dompola, Yatsen Chogang. Pema June Jesu Da Kodo Kandro Mambeko Kege Jesu Dadro Jingel Love Shishas. Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Hungu Jen Yogin of Johnson, Pema Gesa Dompola, Yatsen Chogang. Pema June Jesu Da Kodo Kandro Mambeko Kege Jesu Dadro Jingle love Jesus and Guru Pema Sinde. Usually this one we need to recite, but since this translation is a little bit awkward on this page 109, like it says here, the mighty ones who scatter every fear, and those kind of, a little bit, I think it means to dispel fear, but the language is a little bit awkward as well. Anyway, now we'll go to page 117. I'm working on that one, correcting that one, and then probably by tomorrow I'll have it. So page 117. That practice, that where it says scatter fear away on all of those, needs to be recited, but just I'm saving it because it's a little bit awkward. So in the page, so that's the way of how you invoke, because that's taking refuge in the Buddha, taking refuge in the Dhamma, taking refuge in the Sangha, like that, and invoking the blessings of the Lama like that. And then you recite this one, page 117, which is in the mind training. These are extract from the beginning of the chapter. Patrul Rinpoche has specific homage on each of the words of my perfect teacher chapter. So right now we are on fortunate human birth. So that's why this is what is extracted, or this is actually the homage he begins when he begins to write the words of my perfect teacher. He's not writing actually, he's actually documenting, because that was what he heard from his teacher, Jigme Gelwin Yugu. So in order that he wouldn't forget it, so he documented, and that's why it's called Words of My Perfect Teacher. So read that one, 117. Venerable teachers whose compassion is infinite and unconditional, I prostrate myself before you all. Conqueror of the mind lineage, Vidyadhara of the symbol lineage, most fortunate of ordinary beings who, guided by the enlightened ones, have attained the twofold goal. Teachers of the 3 lineages, I prostrate myself before you. So that one is homage to the 3 lineages, the wisdom mind lineage guru, the symbolic Vidyadhara gurus, and the oral transmission lineage gurus, like that. And then now he's paying homage to Longchen, who is the Dhat now. Patrul Rinpoche has 3 lamas, meaning he always uses 3 lamas. Longchen Pa, Jigme Lingpa, and Jigme Gelwin Yugo. So in the expanse where all phenomena come to exhaustion, you encountered the wisdom of Dharmakaya. In the clear light of empty space, you saw Sambhogakaya Buddha fields appear. To work for beings' benefit, you appeared to them in Nirmanakaya form. Omniscient sovereign of Dharma, I prostrate myself before you. In your wisdom, you saw the true nature of whatever can be known. The light of your love beamed benefit upon all beings. You elucidate the teachings of the profound path, summit of all vehicles. Rigzin Jigme Lingpa, I prostrate myself before you. You were Lord Avalokiteshvara himself in the form of a spiritual friend. Whoever heard you speak was established in the path, on the path of freedom. To fulfill all beings' needs, your activity was infinite. Gracious root teacher, I prostrate myself before you. But here, this is Padre Rinpoche's words, so gracious root teacher, that is Padre Rinpoche's teacher. But in our case, it would be Jigme Gelwen Yugo. I prostrate myself before you. So just kind of know that how we need to change a few of the things here and there like that. And then go to that green bordered insert. So Padre Rinpoche's Llama is Jigme Gelwen Yugo, but not only Jigme Gelwen Yugo, his Kenze Wangpo and Do Kenze Yeshe, all were Padre Rinpoche's teacher. So he never saw these lamas separate from Jigme Gelwen Yugo. So, but all his teachers kind of subsumed within Jigme Gelwen Yugo, like in the 3 words of Garab Dorje, or the 3 words that strike the vital essence, that he has prostrations to Longchen Bad as Dharmakaya, as Jigme Lingpa as Sambhogakaya, and Jigme Gelwe as Nirmanakaya, like that. So you'll understand that in the future. Okay, here you have to find. Okay. Page E, page number E. So let's start from the last line of D, Lord Padmasambhava. This Lord Padmasambhava, omniscient throughout the 3 times, enthroned as the will-holding monarch, the sovereign of the profound treasures. You emanate as Sangye Lingpa's further emanation in the secret manner. At the feet of Kunzang Jinpin, Jigme Trinle, I supplicate. To the compassionate emanation of noble Avalokiteshvara, the supreme captain who guides sentient beings to the shore of liberation. Whoever is connected with him is the yogi of the vast expanse. To Jigme Gelwe Nyugu, I supplicate. To the emanation of Vimala Mitra, blessed by Manjushri, the 13th incarnation of Prince Lajay, the holder of the 7 transmissions, the treasure revealer, Pema Dongakling. To Jamyang Kenze Wangpo, I supplicate. To the one whose outer aspect is that of Bodhisattva Shantideva, whose inner aspect is that of the Lord of Siddharth Shawaripa, and whose secret aspect is that of Chenrezi, the noble Lord of the self-liberation of suffering. To Jigme Chökyi Wangpo Padre Rinpoche, I supplicate that here the noble Lord of self-liberation of suffering, it's Dungal Rangro in Longchen Nyingthig. One of the accomplishment of Lama is Lama accomplished as Chenrezig. That is this is Dungal Rangro. So now we have till Padre Rinpoche. And then from Padre Rinpoche here, Jigme, the Dodup Tempenima, like that. You trained in supreme bodhicitta by caring for others more than yourself. You realize samsara and nirvana as non-dual by perfecting the generation and completion practice. You culminated the wisdom realization of the consummate phenomena of Dharmakaya. Tembe Nima, at your feet I supplicate. Vajra Sattva, the Lord Protector, embodiment of the victorious ones of the 3 times, manifesting the magical wisdom dance as Vimala Mitra, is inseparable. Here, this is referred to Longchenpa. Here, it's the inseparable Ngakgi Wangpo is Longchenpa's name. So it will be inseparable wisdom holder Ngakgi Wangpo, referring to Longchenpa. Then you would go here, to you, Kempo Ngakchung or Kempo Ngakchung, to you I supplicate, grant me the absolute wisdom realization. That's how we need to put that one. So that supplication is offered to Kempo Ngakchung. So that one I changed in the newer version. Inseparable to Ngagi Wangpo. Ngagi Wangpo is one of the names of Longchen, but Longchenpa's name is Kunken, like omniscient one. Samye, Kunken Samyepa, he is also known, the one from Samye. And then Natsok Rangdol is called, the natural liberation of the infinite. And then Ngagi Wangpo, all of those are Longchenpa's name. So inseparable with Longchenpa, that's what we need to insert there. And then Kempo Ngakchung, to you I supplicate, grant me the absolute wisdom realization. Now this is Chapter Jadran Rinpoche's supplication. We're supplicating to Chapter Jadran Rinpoche. By the Supreme Lamas as a regent, you were empowered and prophesied to perform impartial benefit for others. A Dzogchen hidden yogi who abandoned everything, Sangye Doji at your feet I supplicate. So like that, you supplicate to the Lama, and then you receive the 4 empowerment from the Lama. Like that. Even if brief, then you have to do that one. So as I always say, these things like in a dream, in a flash of a moment, then as we practice, you can receive this. And then main thing is you can feel there's an experience that something is happening. It's not just like nothing happening, dry, no, as how do you say, insensitive, not that kind of thing. Something triggering, something happening like that. So like that, that's how you supplicate. And then back to our mind training now. So having supplicated, and then you merge the wisdom mind inseparably with your mind, or whichever way you want to say, merge your mind inseparably with the wisdom mind of the Guru. And then you rest for a while like that. And then when you arise from that, then you can read page 106. Page 106. Dal joro dinni shindu ne parakai kebu dendro to para jurpala galte denla pemba madrubna chinne yanda jor parakala jur. With these freedoms and advantages so hard to find, a person can accomplish Buddhahood. If one does not take advantage of them now, how will one so well obtain them in the future? So that stanza is contemplating on the difficulty to obtain fortunate human birth. So now you can read the text and then do the placement meditation. Okay. Let's see how much time have we got. Not so much time, so about barely 15 minutes. So integrate your reading and your placement meditation within that 15 minutes. Today we were talking a lot, so the main thing is that you'll have to know how to insert all of these things. These are the way to invoke the blessings. Main part is the Guru Yoga. So this is the essence of what we are doing. So if you can invoke the blessings of the Guru and merge inseparably with the wisdom mind of the Guru, that's the essence, that's the practice. So we are not wasting our time, by talking or supplicating like that. So we are trying to understand how it is done. Now you can read.
Excuse me.
Okay, page 119. Dalwa Tolchan Ningbo Cheke will Chegoro Shochan Cheme Chepe Ye Tadan Dada Mombe Semche Nam Daljoro Ningbo Lembara Jenge Lo. Although I've won these freedoms, I'm poor in dharma, which is their essence. Although I've entered the dharma, I'm distracted doing other things. Bless me and all those foolish beings like me, that we may attain the very essence of the freedoms and advantages. Okay, now bring in mind the refuge field. And then in the presence of the refuge assembly, then we sincerely take refuge from the bottom of our heart. All sentient beings along with us take refuge and we recite. Llama la jab sun che wo, sangye la jab sun che wo, chen la jab sun che wo, gende la jab sun che. Lama la jab sun che wo, sangye la jab sun che wo, chen la jab sun che wo, gende la jab sun che wo. Lama la jab sun che wo, sangye la jab sun che wo, chen la jab sun che wo, gende la jab sun che wo. Lama la jab su chu wo, sangye la jab su chu wo, chen la jab su chu wo, gende la jab su chu wo. Lama la jab su chu, sangye la jab su chu, chen la jab su chu, gende la jab su chu. Lama la jab su chu, sangye la jab su chu, chen la jab su chu, gende. Lama la jab su chu, sangye la jab su, chen la jab su, gende la jab su. Lama la jab su, sangye la jab su, chen la jab su, gende la jab su. Lama la jab su, sangye la jab su, chen la jab su, gende la jab su. Lama la jab su, sangye la jab su, chen la jab su, gende la jab su. Chala jab zo gendel jab zo lam la jab zo sang la jab zo chala jab zo gendel jab zo lam la jab zo sang la jab zo chala jab zo gendel jab zo lam la jab zo sang la jab zo chala jab zo gendel jab zo lam la jab zo sang la jab zo chala jab lam la jab zo sang la jab zo chala jab zo gendel jab zo lam la jab zo sang la jab zo chala jab zo gendel jab zo lam la jab zo sang la jab zo chala jab zo gendel Lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama Lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama Lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lama jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam Chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo Gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam Lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo chen la jam zo gendel jam zo lam la jam zo sang la jam zo Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa San Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa 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 Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lama Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa San 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 Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lama Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lama Jasa San Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lama Jasa San Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lama Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa 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 Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lama Jasa Lama Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lama Jasa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan Jansa 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 Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan Jansa 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 Lam Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan 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 Jansa Lam Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan 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 Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Chala Jansa Gindan Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa 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 Chala Jansa Gindan Jansa Lam Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan 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 Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Chala Jansa Gindan Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa 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 Chala Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan 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 Jansa Lam Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan 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 Jansa Lam Jansa San Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan Jansa 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 Lam Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan 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 Jansa Lam Jansa San Jansa Chala Jansa Chala Jansa Gindan Jansa Lam Jansa San 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa 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 Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San 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 Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chala Jasa Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda 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 Jata Lam Jata San Jata Jata Ginda Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata Lam Jata San 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 Jata Chala Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda 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 Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda 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 Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Chala Jata Ginda Jata Lam Jata San Jata 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 Chala Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata Lam Jata San 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 Jata Chala Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda 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 Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda 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 Jata Lam Jata Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda 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 Jata Lam Jata San Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Ginda Jata 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 Lam Jata San Jata Chala Jata Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa 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 Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa Lam Jatsa San 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 Jatsa Chala Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Gina Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Jatsa Chana chunta gina chanta lam chanta san chanta chana chanta 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 chana chanta gina chanta lam chanta san 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 chanta chana chanta gina chanta lam chanta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta 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 Long Janta Song Janta Chana Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta 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 Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta Long Janta Song 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 Janta Chana Janta Gina Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta 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 Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta Long Janta Song 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 Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta Long Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina 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 Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta Long Janta Song 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 Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta Long Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina 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 Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta Long Janta Song 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 Janta Lam Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta Long 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 Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina 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 Janta Long Janta Song Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta 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 Long Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina 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 Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina Janta 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 Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina 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 Janta Long Janta Song Janta Long Janta Song Janta Chana Janta Gina 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 Janta Long Janta Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San 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 Jasa Chana Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San 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 Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San 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 Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa 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 Lam Jasa San Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina 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 Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa San Jasa Chana Jasa Gina Jasa Lam Jasa Lam Jata San Jata Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta San 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 Janta Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina 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 Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta San Janta 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 Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta Chana Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina Janta 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 Lam Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina 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 Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta San Janta 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 Chana Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina Janta 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 Lam Janta San Janta Chana Gina Janta Lam Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina 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 Janta Lam Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina 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 Janta Lam Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina 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 Janta Lam Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina 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 Janta Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chana Chanta Gina Janta Lam Janta San Janta 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 Chana Lam Janta San Janta Chana Chanta Gina Janta 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 Lam Janta San Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lama Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chala Chandang in the Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa 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 Chana Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa 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 Chana Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa 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 Chana Chantigin Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa 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 Chana Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin 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 Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa 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 Chana Chantigin Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Jatsa 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 Lam Jatsa San Jatsa Chana Chantigin Lama la jatsu jun, sangye la jatsu jun, chen la jatsu jun, kenten la jatsu jun, lama la jatsu jun, sangye la jatsu jun, chen la jatsu jun, kenten la jatsu Lama la jiao zhu, sangye la jiao zhu, chen la jiao zhu, gyenden la jiao zhu, lama la jiao zhu, sangye la jiao zhu, chen la jiao zhu, gyenden la jiao zhu, kunju sungye de zhen zawa zun zalong tengle ranjen jiangzhu sing wo ranjen tuje gelgo la jiangzhu ningpo badu jiangzhu che. Kunjo zungye de zhe zawa zun zalong tengle ranjen jiangzhu sing wo ranjen tuje gelgo la jiangzhu ningpo badu jiangzhu che. Kunjo sungye de zhe zawa zun zalong tengle ranjen jiangzhu sing Ngo ranjen tuje gelgo la jancho nimbo bando jam che. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sugatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. In the actual three jewels, the three root sukatas, in bodhicitta, the nature of channel, wind, and essence, and in the mandala of essence, nature, and compassion, I take refuge until attaining the heart of Buddhahood. Dedication, page 115. Yawan de nildon dai genjo sumbo drujun and chikjan malupa de yes alai gen parhasho. Through the merit of this practice, may I swiftly accomplish the three jewels and establish every sentient being without exception on their level. Page 92. Page 92. Lame tuka ne vezere marbo redan cheba shivage jungwa dani dorje ne jor mar salwe. Ninga rekpa tsamge we marage gongbo shukto jonne. Guru rimbo chen tukara tembe yerme ro chekto jur. From the heart center of the Lama, a beam of light, red and warm, suddenly appears and with myself visualized as Dorjen Jurma. It touches my heart and I'm instantaneously transformed into a sphere of red light, which dissolves into Guru Rinpoche's heart and I become inseparable with him in one day. Palden Save Lama Rinpoche Dagi Ningara Peme Densho La Kadin Chembo Gone Jesonte Kusun Tuki Ngedru Zendo Sen Palden Lame Lambar Tarpa Lai Keche Tsamya Lota Mikeje Chizen Lekbara Tome Mige Ke Lame Jinla Semla Jo Para Sho Kewa Kundu Yangda Lama Dang Dalme cheke pella longche chen sadan lamge yente rabzone dorje change gopan yoro tosho. Then reflect on your session. Then how was your session? So if any mistakes, then confess and purify and then make commitment that you will do better in your future sessions. Then if you did very well, then be joyful, don't be too arrogant. And then any merit that we have accumulated, we dedicate for the awakening of all sentient beings. Page 94. Jambe Bao Jedara Kemba Dan Kundo Zambo Deyan Dejente. Dedai Kunge Jesu Dalo Chingewa Dedai Tamje Raptongo. Desum Shebe Gewa Tamje Gengowa Gangla Chodong Akpate. Dagi Gewe Tsawa Digun Chan Sambo Cheche Rapto Ngorage Gandu Gebe Gewa Tamche Do Tore Yenden Dinden Tobar Sho Kema Takdu Chedan Chejuru Che Tsujen Rube Rawa Yebar Sho Terian Lama Damba Neje Chen Nindan Sendu Chela Chebar Sho Chedo Nene Ningbo Dendro De Tsede Sebe Chanso Gewa Sho Sembar Dambe Cherai Tenje Chen Shenpe Rola Chonge Mebar Sho Lapchen Shenden Chore Meba Ye Tamje Chamje Sange Tombara Sho Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Sindhi 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 Om. Allaho, congratulations. It's the 25th day of our accomplishment. Then today we got 1300 of the refuge mantras, the refuge accumulations. Today we were talking a lot, that's why. Okay, anybody has question? Familiarize with all the supplications, the lineage gurus, and all of those. So that more and more you do, you know you're doing it. You are doing it according to what it's taught. So you're doing it excellently well through all of the steps. Main thing is think of how fortunate this human birth is. So we have got now 3 more days on contemplating on these special advantages, which we call the 10 endowments, the 5 dependent on others, the 5 that are independent. So, okay.
Kempo, what are the 6 flaws?
What's that? 6 laws?
Flaws, F-L-A-W-S.
Oh, flaws, yeah. The 6 flaws of how you bring in listening to the teachings in the wrong way, yeah. Mism. It's in the Words of My Perfect Teacher. You can read that one. It's having wrong intentions of how you're listening to the teachings and so forth. So those are, you can read on
What's an example of a wrong intention in listening?
the lack of faith,
Mm-hmm.
that thinking, you know, oh, the teacher and I know more than the teacher. So having no faith, lack of faith. And then no interest, like, you know, you practice Dharma, you've been practicing all this time, and then there's not so much keenness or the essence in your practice. So you're just doing Dharma for the sake of doing it, those kind of things. And I think you're talking about the 6 stains. Those are called the 6 stains. Drimadruk is, there is no such thing as 6 faults. It's the 6 stains.
I was reading something that came from the Sakya Trinzen, and it literally called it flaws, but stains and flaws, I imagine, are very similar.
Here it says 6 stains on page 12. So you can read that one. Pride. So you think you know more than the teacher. And lack of faith and lack of effort, outward distraction, inward tension, and discouragement. These are the 6 stains. You can read page 12 on Words of My Perfect Teacher.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did read that. I thought maybe the flaws were something else, but
that's why we are doing the mind training. we
Pardon me?
read somewhere, but you don't remember. That's it says the 3 ways of wrong ways of retaining the teachings. If the vessel is turned upside down, it won't retain. If the vessel has holes, then it won't retain any essence. Likewise, if the vessel is contaminated, then the precious teachings you bring into your mind is contaminated. So those, and then of course the saying, you get the words but you don't get the meaning. You get the meaning but you don't get the words, and then you kind of jumble, or you kind of get the orders all wrong. So you need to.
Well, that's similar to psychotherapy, actually.
Mm-hmm.
How you take it in, and there's a hexagram in the I Ching that Confucius had said about exactly what you just said about the vessel. If it's upside down, if it's contaminated, if it's all of those things. So speaking of one of the things you said, distraction. That's why a lot of teachers say, unless you're in retreat, you won't become enlightened, because mundane life has so many distractions. Just when you think you have peace and you have the spaciousness and the protection around you to do exclusively the Dharma, you have a car accident or something breaks down, or there's an emergency of some kind, like the mundane life, samsara, whatever you want to call it, like impinges so much upon us. or at least in Los Angeles. It seems like it's always something, you know?
Yeah, it's called not contemplating unfortunate human birth. It's called not contemplating on impermanence of life. That's why we prioritize our mundane life's agenda more important than Dharma. So when we see Dharma is more important, those are just not so essential. Those are not so important. You know, it's just to get life by. So we don't pay a lot of attention to those.
Well, that's not
So-
really what I mean. I think I've always felt Dharma is the most important thing. But, you know, when like my catalytic converter was stolen and I have to pass a smog thing. And so that was 6 hours waiting.
It's called karma.
All
That's called karma. Yeah, you have to contemplate. It's like you are paying back all your karma. So you should not be distracted. You should not hold on to it. You should kind of.
I'm not holding on, but it
you-
takes
you-
precious time that one can't get back. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. And
I just have like 3 requests for medical records. So that's like I've been up 3 nights in a row working on that. And then I have patients who are freaking out. So just to find time, you know, like there isn't, it takes so much time. Those things I'm obligated to do for my or other people's survival is just so impinging right now. And it's also what's going on with the government and the world. Many people are experiencing this.
yeah, that's true, of course.
Yeah, so you know,
We need to,
there's dark
it's
them
most
survive
of
and
most
respond.
of. Sorry, can I speak?
Of course.
Yeah, most of the problems are self-created. It's not coming from outside. Is if we don't know how to simplify life, then we will always be like that unless we are well off. You know, that's we need to be skillful how we live our life. So otherwise, you know, samsara is always like that. So we can complain all the time and then just, you know, be bitter about it like that. But we have to find the method to live life. You know,
I'm not
living in samsara itself is challenging enough, and then living in Los Angeles is another level. And then living a complex life is further another level. So it's all up to us, you know, whether we want to simplify or complicate. It's you know, we need to. Dharma teaches us all of those, and then if we can't get rid of our old habit, it's
Kempo, you're hearing me. My life is simple, but and a lot of medical providers are going through this now. You know, we have all these agencies wanting reports and wanting so many things, and they're actually legal obligations. You know, then
yeah.
I have to do all this on the computer, and I'm not good on computers. So maybe my question is, what's the best way to focus and get those things done? Because when my anxiety is aroused or I just feel overwhelmed, I mean, I have stacks like this on my desk. How do you just like focus without being frightened?
I guess, we have to bring discipline in doing all of these things. We have to do everything in time. And then, if you don't do it on time, then they just pile up. And then we have more headache, I think it's just the skill that we need to learn in life. So everybody has that responsibility. It's of course, I don't know about all of those things that you're talking about. That's I don't have that kind of experience, and also I'm fortunate that I don't have to deal with those kind of things for now. So, but yeah, of course, I'm sorry for you, but I think we all have to be skillful. I don't know any other ways to that way. Then we can sort things out. So then we become good human being, meaning good person, to take care of our responsibilities. And then at the same time, we are a good practitioner. Otherwise, then, it's that same life, but we don't sort out, and then it affects our both ways. We are trying to practice. In our practice, those concerns come. And then in our day-to-day life, we cannot achieve because we have no skills of dealing with those day-to-day life. So.
Well, I don't know that. I don't think it's day-to-day life. I think it's just the changes that are occurring, at least in my area of work.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, you're you have different responsibilities, so yeah, it could be something that I don't know to advise. So
Thank you.
okay, so that's the reason we have to do the mind training to sort things out and prioritize things in life, and then to take all this how to cut our ties and obligations so that we are free to practice Dharma. So okay, think of that and then keep practicing. Rest well so that you can be more focused in your practice, and then always be joyful. Read whenever you have time, read the life story of the Lamas, especially the marvelous Garland or Tukudundups, masters of meditation or something like that. And Dakini Eshitsogal's life story, Dakini Mandarava's life story, and Milarepa's life stories, or any life stories that have they will inspire you to practice.
Sogal's life story.
Okay. Okay, everybody, stay well and then have a very good day, okay? Okay.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye. I see the leg.
Have a good day.
Good day.
Have a great day, everyone.
Okay, take care, Kira. Stay well.
Thank you.
Hey. Okay, Nancy. See you. I'll call you later. Okay.